All right. So we're beginning this transmission of spirit for all of you Lightworkers and Empaths. Lightworkers and Empaths, those are you who are developing your inner spirit, your inner connection. And the fact that you call it a Lightworker is that you are focusing your journey, your polarity on light. Okay? Because you have free will. And as a spiritual being, because that's what your true nature is, not the body, but the spirit that embodies your body, your spirit chooses what it aligns with. Every day you're making that decision, yes? So we're going to be talking about that tonight. And I welcome all of you to this conversation, to this connection, because this is a group thing, you guys. This is a spiritual awakening happening on Earth. And a lot of us have chosen to follow that lifestyle. Okay? And we find this, you would say, like mind within each other. And we here at Christos Avatar, we have this unique connection. I mean, it's something that we find unique in the Christos teachings. We agree with these teachings, we resonate with these teachings, and so we do everything in our lifestyle that focuses on improving and enlightening ourselves within the inner Christos, the inner Christ, the inner God Spirit. Thank you guys for joining me. 33 people, souls online right now. I love that number at the beginning. Sorry about being a little bit late, you guys. I have this, last night I made the decision not to go to sleep because I wanted to finish this latest video. I didn't want it to take another day. So we're here a little bit late, but nevertheless, better late than never. I could have taken the day off, but I decided I took a nap because I didn't go to sleep last night. After I finished that video, I took 3 or 4 hours, I don't know exactly. But, you know, a lot of us have this flexible schedule. So I appreciate your understanding on that matter. And thank you guys for joining us. We already have our brothers and sisters joining us. This is a live recorded event. So I just, you know, will be interacting with our audience. And you guys can see the chat even after the live. It'll be on the right side. You can check it out. Hi, Sam. Yeah, I just explained that. Sorry about that. As in Pacheco, welcome. Welcome, Sam. Welcome, Christian Garcia, Ancient Universal Divinity. Good to see you. I love you too, Holy One. Celine, welcome, sister. Thank you for being a moderator. And also Starman, welcome, brother. Look at that big annual star you got next to your name. Awesome, man. You're a great friend and someone who's 100% there and reliable. Thank you so much, brother. I hope you found some crystals at the Arizona, what's it called? The gym show, right? Crystal Gym Show. I'm missing that right now because I'm still in Nevada. But I might consider going down, but I'm not sure. I really can't afford to invest in a bunch of crystals because if you guys go to a crystal, one of the largest crystal shows in the world, you're going to end up buying some crystals, right? M. Loritz, 100%. Peace. Welcome, Holy One. Cecilia Stuckmeyer, thank you for being here. Love Indigo family. You said it. Alicia McNeil, I see you, my brother. I finally got to catch your live, and it wasn't coincidence. Our soul, our higher self, brought us here. Yes. R.H. Hamilton in the house. Guardians of the New Earth. Aloha. Are you in Hawaii? Write it in the comments. I stayed in Hawaii for a month. So that was a great experience, man. It was the most beautiful paradise I've ever seen. I mean, I've been to Peru, and that was absolutely gorgeous, right? But Hawaii is extremely unique. And you know from these teachings, they talk about part of the islands of Lemuria, specifically Kauai, is a leftover remnant of Lemuria. Now, I was on the Big Island, but still I got a taste of that ancient, what do you call it? This ecosystem is extremely unique. the trees. Oh my gosh. I mean, felt like I was on another planet, right? When I was in Hawaii. So it depends on what island you're on, but I was on the main island and next to Hilo, and it was 4 acres of land. It was incredible. I was next to the beach. I was a guest. Someone invited me there, so I was so happy. That was a few years ago. Sam, welcome from Canada. Welcome, Canada. Let me see. Mr. Williams 25, Andromeda. Welcome, Andromedans. Ian. Welcome, Ian. Hey, Christian Pisani. Welcome. R.H. Hamilton. Blessings, everyone. Azubuke. Peace and love, family. La Pena, I love how you shine. I know you'll get the million being goal. You mean maybe subscribers? I hope so too. I mean, we're just trying to reach more people in the planet. Raga XX Muffin in the house. Stardust Goddess, of course. Guardians coming on in. Birthing on in. Christos avatars of light. Okay, we chose to incarnate here and work as a light worker. Develop our empathic abilities. That's part of the package. Psychic perceptions, past life memory. This is activations within yourself. And it's specifically your heart chakra is expanding and developing a lot of the attributes of a starseed or indigo child. As a matter of fact, you guys, if you're experiencing ascension symptoms, there's several that are pleasant, some are not so pleasant. They're changes, they're transformations. And we represent that transformation, right? Indigo children, starseeds, empaths, lightworkers, we are the ones with those codes. We're coming from the you would say, higher starseed families, and we made the choice to reincarnate through the soul integration process with the earth seeds, with the other humans. And the earth seeds are specifically races such as Polaris, Hyperbornea, Lemurians, Atlanteans, Aryans. That's what we're in right now. Each race is part of the 12 tribe race, the super race, because when you combine 12 races, that's a super race. I mean, that I'm not saying in value, I'm saying in consciousness. Everything's equal in God. Everything's part of the one. We're not calling ourselves chosen ones like the New Age channeling movement is a little bit of a distortion, calling themselves chosen ones. Starseeds and indigos are not chosen ones. We're simply priests of light, literally priests. We're coming from a priestcraft, and we're we coming in with more consciousness, more DNA. That doesn't make you chosen. It doesn't make you better. But we come in and we're bringing the memory of a higher, history line, a higher evolution, kind of like reminding us, ourselves, our past selves, the earth seeds of what your capacity is. And because there's a lot of distortion, there's a spiritual war happening on earth. And so these guardians, these angels, archangels, avatars, hello, holy ones, we incarnate to assist in this spiritual warfare and to bring in the light. Lightworkers bring in the light. We drop codes, we drop light, we shine light. Shine your light, holy ones, into the world, okay? Other people are going to send judgment and fear and, shame into the world because that's what the Bible says. But no, we're sending in love, unconditional love, the virtues of love, the qualities of a person you would call a starseed, okay? And there are 12 attitudes of mastery in these teachings. And it's introduced in a few of the different workshops, and I just want to say that real quick. This information, my channel, is not my opinion. It's not your brother Anahazi just sitting here making stuff up. This is based on a lot of you know that, but you got to understand, we have beginners all the time, so we have to remind that this is coming from a huge body of knowledge called the innerchristos law of one, also called the Emerald Order teachings, because it is the Emerald Order, a level of consciousness, a level of a consciousness of a family of consciousness in the higher realms. Okay, and it is these beings who are bringing the inner Christos teachings, because here we don't have this. We don't have an inner Christ concept. We don't have the inner God concept. That's unity. That's Christ consciousness. But not everyone agrees with Christ consciousness or unity. So this is what we decide with our own free will down here as a starseed, incarnated in the flesh, baby. What's up, homies? Machua. Sarah Holder, 44? Oh my gosh, yeah, you guys got it. We had 33, now 44. Rising. You know, those are master numbers, right? 11, 22, 33. Master numbers. Not just people talking in other spiritual systems, but in our system too. Literally, we talk about the 11, 22, and 33 as it's encoded in our DNA. Numbers are important. Numbers are part of God. Numbers like 11 and 33, and I meant to say 11, 22, 33, those are stages of your soul matrix. Activations that happen around those ages. The ages of 11, the ages of, generally speaking, it's around that age, 22, around 33, you're going to have significant spiritual transformation. At least that's the way it used to be. You would say before the days of the massive distortions happening in our planetary grids. If there's distortion in Earth's chakra, Earth's fields, okay, there's distortions in the life that live on Earth. And that's exactly what has happened in our forbidden history. Our planet has been distorted. Our consciousness has been distorted. It's attacked by the reptilian, the Anunnakis, the different fallen angelic legions, the different races who represent the opposite code that Lightworkers do. Okay? As a Lightworker, you represent light. These beings represent chaos. But they present themselves as light. That makes them a false light because they're against the teachings, against the higher evolved races who are connected to the Christos. They're against the Christos. They're anti-Christos. Okay? So I want to ask you guys, is the connection okay? Is the sound okay? Is the light okay? Please someone write it in the comments. Hyped. Because things are as, I don't know what you mean by that. We're not giving any hype here, Holy One. This is all coming from the information. Like Ragged XX Muffin said, Omni Christos love, baby. Okay? Omni love, not conditional love. We love not some, we love all. That's why there is no chosen ones. Chosen ones, God loves only certain believers, certain race. No, omni, all, includes all. Omni love, baby, what's up? What's going on? Shades of light, what's up, homies? Spreading truth, loving all, love. Davian, Anahazi, you my man. Main. Thank you, Holy One. God is life, down with the serpents. You said it. I mean, we love all, even the serpents and the reptilians. Omni love, Omni Christos love. We don't just not include them. We know that they are lost in their DNA, lost in their consciousness, falling in it. And so they forget. Those who remember, because some of us do remember our past lives, our emerald covenant, we simply remind, hey, this is part of you too. You're part reptilians, Vatos. What are you doing? What are you doing, Anunnaki? Right? Here's a choice, and it's not dogma. It's a choice. So let me put my light and my incense on. Shining light, baby. Shine your light. And we're not talking about false light. Because there's false light, there's beings representing false God, false Christos. And we say there's God's original intention. It's not a matter of opinion. God's original intention, because it's unconditional love, it's Omni Christos love, baby, that's not an opinion from somebody's different beliefs and ideas. That's a universal thing. That's a God thing. The original part, and realize we're in a hologram. Okay? Outside of the hologram, God, there is no distortion in God. There is no there's down steps, but there's no beings who have, you would say, within the distortions that are happening in our experience, in our reality fields. Okay? So there is an original intention of God. There is a living God spirit within us, within all, but within the, you would say, downstepping of God, the different frequency bandwidths, which the guardians call, I forgot to give source. Source is when we say guardians, we're talking about the Guardian Alliance, we're talking about the Emerald Order, we're talking about the beings who are following innerchristos love. The ones who are connecting to the original intention of God. Not the hologram distorted ideas that have forgotten pieces of itself, parts of itself have fragmented in their junk DNA. Okay, when you enlighten yourself, when you awaken yourself, you are taking those fragmented DNA, you're bioregenerating it through a spiritual path, through a path of light, unconditional love, learning ascension mechanics who actually are changing and affecting your DNA, running energy through your body. You'll learn how to do that in these teachings. We transform and regenerate our consciousness, our memory. So it is those who have the memory still, following law of one, unconditional love, following the original intention of God, who are simply reminding, not dogma, like you see in religions. Okay, that's dogma. You must do this. No, this is offered to you because there's no dogma in unity. There's no dogma in Christ consciousness. There's not an angry God in the original God. That's a distorted version of God who forgot itself. That's the ones representing, and it's intentional. These fallen angelics intentionally create false gods, false Christic teachings, represent a false Christ, a false Jesus. It's not about Jesus, but Jesus was a Christos, a Christed being. Okay, from our teachings, all right, we talk about a different point of view of Jesus and Christ. And we talk about that in my other video recently. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's called the Christos or Christ consciousness. Okay, which isn't reference to Jesus. It's a reference, but Jesus was a Christos. Christ consciousness is reference to all beings who have reached that, reclamation of their consciousness. Because we all came up from there. That's why we call it a reclaiming of that identity, of that spirit, of that DNA. Because down here on Earth, it's a distorted DNA, it's a broken down, fragmented DNA, which means it's a distorted, fragmented consciousness. And so the guardians, with the memory, with the teachings of the higher levels, say, hey, this is offered as a gift. This is your history. This is your code. We get our codes through these inner Christ teachings. It's literally, we have blue flame ascension codes, we have gold flame ascension codes, and we have violet flame ascension codes. The three universal Brenawa, also called solar rishi. They're star beings. Bringing us, and that's specifically blue flame is Elohai. Gold flame is specifically Seraphi, guardians. Elohai guardians, Seraphi guardians, and the violet flame are the Braharama violet flame guardians. Okay, and when we say codes, some of those codes are coming from the blue flame races, the blue flame consciousness, and the gold flame races, gold flame families of consciousness, and the violet flame races and families of consciousness. Okay, so depends on your individual starseed Templar. Okay, Templar as in template of DNA, as in your family of family line. And so some of us are a little bit mixed, like some blue flame, some violet flame. I know that's in my spirit. I've lived as gold flame lives because I know I have a strong connection to bird consciousness, and my other social media name, Thavian. There's the word avian in it. And I didn't even know that, you guys. I wasn't aware of that until later. And I'm like, what? You start learning all these avian bird races. And I was having visions of bird beings. Not only, but that was part of me. So I know I've lived lives in gold flame too. So, and according to Ashiana, our teacher, there again, I didn't give source. Our teacher and the teachings are the Emerald Order teachings. It's a huge body of knowledge. You can actually look it up. Emerald Order is also called Melchizedek Cloister Emerald Order. I just abbreviate it so it doesn't take so long to say it. It's the same thing. It is part of the Melchizedek cloister, Melchizedek star seeds, and we talk about the 12 tribes. 7 are earth seeds, 5 are star seeds, and one of those star seed races is the Melchizedek star seed races, also called Melchizedek cloister. Melchizedek cloister is the same as Melchizedek star seed. So Melchizedek cloister, emerald order, the Melchizedek star seed, emerald order. Simply, it's the time of the Melchizedeks. There was before it's still Hebrew starseeds, but now it's becoming where the Melchizedeks, excuse me, are coming early, basically because they were in Atlantis and Lemuria, and they started coming in the Aryan period that we're in now, and so they're offering a lot of the host matrix. They're bringing in the Christos teachings, and so this is like the highest consciousness right now is the Melchizedek starseed, because there's a starseed that comes after them later in our future timeline, and after the Melchizedeks is going to be something called the Uniseti. Uniseti is a future. Because we have, that's a future one that comes after. So we have Hebrew starseed, Melchizedek starseed, then the Uniseti starseed. And so we're all bringing that in, you guys. We're all part of that. We're coming from the higher fields that are part of that. And so each race is bringing in or focusing on the development of one strand of DNA. The heart chakra, that's what's happening now. That's the Hebrew starseed. The throat chakra is the Melchizedek starseeds, bringing in the 5th strand. The Uniseti will bring in the 3rd eye, the 6th strand, which is the completed DNA. You want to get your 6 strands because what happens is we're going through on planet Earth a hybridization. All the Lightworkers, Empaths, all the star seeds, and the Earth seeds are going through a hybridization. It takes time, literally millions of years. This has been already millions of years, thousands of years in this period, literally 800,000 years that this human seeding 3 has happened. Okay? And so each race lives on the planet Earth for a period of time, and they are developing the consciousness of each strand, of their strand. Okay? Melchizedeks are bringing in the 5th strand. The Hebrews, I pointed to the wrong direction. Sorry. This is the 5th strand. What's important now is the green strand too. I mean, that's actually what we're supposed to be getting first before we get the 5th strand. So this hybridization of human race, creating a super race, is simply us activating each chakra, growing it, developing it, expanding it, mastering it, ascending through your heart chakra. Eventually, that's the 4th dimension, which is our future from 3rd dimension. We're in the 3rd dimension, in the yellow ray. That's not good enough, you guys. I mean, for ascension, it's not enough consciousness. You need to get the 4th strand consciousness, the 5th strand consciousness. That's why the Melchizedeks are here, earlier than normal. They shouldn't come here until a future time period, but they're here. It's needed. So this is part of our history as Lightworkers and Empaths. This is part of our heritage. This is part of our identity. You understand this identity within yourself. You guys, it's complex information. You don't have to know it all and be a guru in it, but our goal is to become a master of consciousness, a master of energy, being able to run these energies, use the innerchristos law of one techniques. Learn how to create fields of protection, learn how to cleanse yourself. Speaking of cleansing, let me light my incense. Learn how to cleanse yourself. Learn how to do ascension mechanics. Learn how to create, but activate your Merkaba star. And Ashiana, our teacher, speaker 1 of the innerchristos teachings, teaches you Merkaba in Cathara 1. Cathara 1 is a workshop that talks about developing your Merkaba. And many things, not just your Merkaba. It actually introduces you to the beginning ideas of Merkaba. Cathara 2 is the one that's going to help you learn your to create the Merkaba, how to rotate it, how to move it, how to visualize it. Because there's false teachings in the Merkaba for a reason. They don't want you obtaining your true potential. The fallen angels are dominating or conquering this earth. They want to rule over you. They want you to have sicknesses and diseases and cancers. They want you to be lost and confused in your identity. That's why they did all these things. The reptilians are about the Catholic Church. I didn't mean to say that. Excuse me. The Roman Church, or the Roman Empire, the Church of Rome. I wasn't wrong, really. It's coming out of the Catholics, Vatican, So all that part of the Bible is coming out of the reptilians. Okay, and then there's the Anunnaki bringing the Patriarchy Creed. Well, they're all teaching Patriarchy creeds, which is a lopsided system, right? You got the male above the female. It's distortion. Okay, and remember, these fallen angels impersonate truth. They impersonate God. They impersonate Christos, Christ. So now you believe a false God, a false Christ, a false ascension process. That's the whole purpose of them getting involved in our DNA. They're involved in, distortions in your DNA. Since Atlantis, not just nowadays in 2023, 2024, it's been distorted. They've been distorting our DNA. Because remember, if you distort the body DNA template, the body, you distort the consciousness. You're being disempowered. So they want to distort your body, distort your belief systems, distort your ideas of yourself and of God and all that. So you become, and then you start following their path. You start following their teachings, their energies. Now you're not a light worker. You're a shadow worker. What the Guardians call chaos. There is the path of chaos. Because part of the Creator, part of God, well, we all have free will. And they use their free will. Some people, some beings, some races use their free will to be chaotic, to follow the path of chaos. Because in the path of chaos, they're taking energy from other beings, other energies. If that's a person, if that's a planet, whatever. They're taking energy like a black hole. Okay? A lot of them are coming from the black hole subtime space distortion field. It was created by a fallen consciousness. It's not a natural part of the 15-dimensional time matrix. It happens when part of the creation uses its free will in the hologram to go dark, to go chaos. The path of chaos only leads you to the destiny of sorrow. Okay? It's an unconscious oblivion. You're falling into some distortion of the original intention of God. By the time you keep on distorting yourself, you forget that you're part of God. You forget what is unconditional love, innerchristos love. You forget your own identity. Okay? And so eventually what was your free will, now it's just a, path of no return. Kind of like you see a yellow light, traffic light, and it's a path of, you can't stop now. You got to keep going. You keep falling. At a certain point, you're just going to plummet. Now it's just really accelerating your unconscious oblivion. Because when you start falling, you're losing. Remember the mechanics of either expanding your DNA or fragmenting your DNA. Okay, it doesn't get destroyed. Your DNA strands, they get fragmented into pieces. Now it's not workable. It's not. It's called by scientists junk DNA, and so. That is, when you take your memory and fragment it, you don't have memory of that past. Of that higher part of you. Doesn't mean you're damned, you guys. It doesn't mean you can't reverse the process. We learn how to reverse that process through these teachings. You don't see a New Age channeling movement, and it is a channeling movement. Your information is coming from beings channeling other spirits. Okay? It's a planned event. And they're bringing you some distorted teachings that are anti-God, anti-Christos, against life. You're not a light worker, you're a dark worker. And a lot of beings, like I said, they have forgotten. Now they're caught up and entangled in these false teachings, and now they think they're serving light. It's the same with, we've got a lot of good intentional people in these religions, but they're still following dark principles, you guys. And I talk a lot about that in these teachings. Ashiana talks about them. Yasha Ashiana, our teacher, speaker one. You guys, you can find this information. I'm sure Celine, Little Alien, Starman, Indigo have shared this links. You can get the links. I mean, the only reason why I don't just put them in the description of my videos is because they're still considered copyrighted material. But it's out there. It's already out there, so you can download them on many different sources, different sites. You can find the information, download it, and you can say, if you really want to pay for it, you can. Okay, you can go to Ashiana's website, look up her name and find her website and go right there. So this is something that we all do or don't do. You know, we either resonate with it or don't. And it's not dogma. You don't have to believe anything I'm saying. You don't have to agree with anyone else. You know, Ashiana says. And I even got a comment recently about this long message in a video saying how they disagree with Ashiana. Hey, you have that free will. You don't have to believe. I mean, this person, whoever that person was, they love Thoth. So now, because they love Thoth, they found reasons to not like Ashiana. Okay? So we talk about Thoth, but I don't want to go on a tangent. Just realize that you're into Thoth, and it doesn't, you know, so now you don't like these innerchristos teachings. That's a bizarre idea. Remember, you don't have to agree with everything we're saying, but maybe there is something here why you're still sticking around that you do resonate with. There's something here, part of your soul matrix needs codes, honey. These teachings, the words, the concepts are codes that activate dormant parts of yourself, parts that are sleeping, you know, parts that have forgotten. Well, now this information activates you. So when we come together as a group of starseeds and indigos, we're activating. We're being charged up. We're being expanded. Our field is expanding by being among other awakening beings. If you think about this, in your family, in your friends, in the world in general, if you're spending a lot of your time with sleeping consciousness, that's going to affect your consciousness. And vice versa. If you spend a lot of your time with awakened beings like you, like-minded people like you, that's going to benefit you. It's going to expand your fields. It's the same concept as finding your soulmate. Finding your soulmate and living with them, being with them, is going to expand your fields. Or twin flame, whatever. Both a twin flame and a soulmate will expand your fields. So we find things as a light worker, as an empath, we're simply finding things that benefit us, that are in our best interests. Because you're just slowing your own self down by choosing, you know, distorted relationships, just having distorted conversations, having these distorted thoughts. You know, you're just, you gotta aim higher, reach for your highest potential. It's not easy, you guys. And a lot of you guys can attest for that. We're going through these ascension symptoms, not all positive. I mean, they're not all fun, but we know that we're going through changes, that we know that we need to change. We need to find that within ourselves, our own inner Christ, our own inner God spark, because all life in existence has this God spark. You can't exist without the God spark within you. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be expressing in any way. So we find that inner God within ourselves. We find unity, consciousness. We find Christ consciousness in here, not out here. Okay? Because these other sources, New Age channeling movement, religions, tell you to find God outside. God's inside. Okay? Read these teachings. Read them. Study them. Check them out, vato, and see if you resonate. Okay? Yes or no. Follow, and if it doesn't agree with you, then you move on. Okay? Machiwa. Tree 6, Niger. Aloha. Another aloha. All right. What's up, Hawaii? Good to see you. I was at the Big Island. Machiwa. Coco Vanderbilt. Greetings, Holy One. Thank you for being a member. All of you here tonight, all of you who are members, thank you. My brother Indigo Wizard. What's up, homie? Azabuki. Isn't that a cool name? I love it. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but you have a cool name. Rational Mind Riot. Black Tea and Purple Punch. I didn't miss that. I missed that conversation. Luna 209. Bring on the codes. Like waves breaking up on mine holy eye. There's your eye, holy ones. Awaken your third eye. And that's a higher evolution than your heart and throat. Each one is a development. Each higher one has all the ones below it. Like the third eye has the fifth, the fourth, the third, the second, and the first within it. That's how it works. When this evolves to the seventh crown chakra, it will have the third eye, the throat, the heart, all of it below it. All the strands have all the each strand has all the lower strands within itself. Okay? So this is one of the secrets of learning to connecting to your higher chakra. If you start trying to connect to your 12th chakra, that's going to help you awaken your 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 chakra. Hell yeah, baby. So aim for Christ, Christos, your 12th dimensional avatar. And bring in the rest of them. Bring in your oversoul, your soul, your incarnate tribe family. Bring it all in by going for the highest enchilada. Everything within it. You will start to activate. See the disservice that the New Age does when they're only teaching you 7 chakra? And what is that number? Come on, you guys. What is 7? What I'm saying is it's not a 3, it's not a 6, it's not a 9. Hello, Tesla 369. It's not a 12 tribe. It's a 7. It's a 10. What are those numbers? That's your first sign. There's more than 7 chakra. Aim higher. There's 12 vatos. Okay? They stop right here. Almost all patriarchal systems stop right here. They don't want you learning nothing more. Your 8th chakra, gold. Your 9th chakra, silver. Your 10th chakra, dark blue. Your 11th chakra, dark silver, dark gray, or you can say dark gray. Your 12th chakra is 6 inches below your feet. That's pure white. Okay? And we're not even done. There's the 13th chakra, that's pale turquoise. The 14th chakra is pale yellow. And the 15th chakra is pale magenta. Why would you want to deny yourself this part of yourself? See what I'm saying? Those systems want to disempower you. More incense here. Yeah, so I probably slept for 3 or 4 hours, and I said, I in my back of my mind, I said, I got to wake up for a live, and that's what I did. And that's why I was a little bit late. And I left a comment in the membership area. I told everyone, hey, I am going to start fasting, and today's my first day of fasting. No, I fasted plenty of times in my life, but I just wanted to, put it publicly that I'm fasting, so I feel more committed to, because I could always say I want to fast, but then stop fasting, So saying it publicly helps me be more serious, Yes, I'm going to do it now. I have to do it now because I told everybody I'm going to do it. You see what I'm saying? It's like psychology, reverse psychology for myself. And if you're a light worker, you spend time cleansing and purifying yourself and your energies and your space around you, your house. You can do this outside. Smudge yourself. You got sage sticks. You know, you can also, there's all kinds of herbs besides sage. You can use sweet grass. That's another good one. But I prefer incense resins, not stick incense. That's not actually positive energies. It's just smell good type of fragrance, chemicals, synthetic. So this is the real deal. You want real energies, not synthetic, man-made, kind of like, you know, stick incense is like just as cancerous as cigarettes or something. It's just chemicals, you guys. It's just made to smell pretty. And quite frankly, they don't smell pretty to me. When you start surrounding yourself with actual resins, you won't want to go back to stick incense. Now, back in the day, as a kid, I was always going to the swap meet. We lived near a swap meet. You would get them for like 10 cents each. They're cheap, but that's not the point. You want the real deal. You want to, and this isn't. You can get a whole pound of resins for $10 to $20. It's worth it, you know. Or you don't have to get a whole pound. You can test smaller quantity. Let me put my amber, maybe some dragon's blood. Yeah. Thank you guys again for being here with me, being with the family of consciousness that are resonating with the innerchristos teachings, who resonate and choose, you know, those light workers and empaths who choose unity and Christ consciousness. This is really big smoke, so I'm going to put it back a little bit. Woo! Thank you for being here. Much respect, and you guys are I say brave, okay? Because you're willing to maybe consider changing some of your ideas, you know, maybe changing your beliefs, and that's not BS, you guys, because I get, you know, I have over 300,000 subscribers in all my platforms, so I get a lot of your feedback. I have people telling me that this information has changed their life. So much gratitude. And that's what we need in our hearts and our minds, you guys, is gratitude. That's part of the Lightworker way. Okay? We choose to bring in, we as Lightworkers and empaths. What's an empath? An empath is someone who's empathic, yes, but they're, you know, because most humans that's the wrong, let me correct myself. Most humans are not activating these potentials within themselves. All humans have a 12-strand Christed potential. Okay? But not all humans are developing themselves in this way. They're not choosing unity or Christ consciousness. And maybe that's not even, you know, consciously aware of it. They could be involved. Maybe they've lived so many lifetimes away from God, away from the Christos, that they now they're just automatically choosing religion or any type of patriarchy, any type of teachings that don't teach unity. Instead, they teach the opposite of unity, you guys. What is omni? What's the opposite of omni? You're not part of uniting. Now you want to be isolated. Not like you want, but you're following a path that is isolation, separation from God. You're actually taught that, man, in religion, that you're separate from God, or the concept or the idea or any ideas that you can be separate from God. Okay? So if you're believing in that, in your energies, if that's in your heart and mind, you guys, that you're separate from God, or you're distorted from, that you're broken, or you're a sinner, or you're shameful, okay, that affects your soul matrix. And if you live many lifetimes in this manner, you're falling. That's a distorted message. God is, you're separate from God, you're a sinner of God, from God, or whatever, you're not worthy unless you do this or that or that. That disempowers you. That's the Anunnaki message, the fallen angelic Anunnaki. That's the reptilian message. That's the anti-Christos message. Okay? We choose, with our free will, light workers, we choose to, awaken ourselves to this light, to this truth. We resonate with it. It's all about gratitude and love and unity, uniting. And it's like we treat people with kindness. We're friendly people. We don't judge people. That's the biggest factor right there. That's that's right up there with fear. If you're judging people. Okay? Because that's what religious people are judging you. Okay? And so they will come out and preach to you. What is preaching? It's judging. You're not doing it right, so you need to get right with Jesus and God and all this. Right? There was a Jesus, but not that distorted version, not that story, not that fabrication. Okay? We talk about God, just not that God who's angry and who's willing to murder children and races. It's in your Bible. It's in your stories, you guys. And now you're raising your family that way. Now you live and send out into the world those concepts. Okay? As a light worker, as an empath, no. We transmute that. Okay? We send into the world unity. When you talk to people, you're having Christ consciousness in there. You react to what people say in a Christed way. We're not perfect. Don't beat yourself up if you make mistakes. And just realize that this is a spiritual war. And so be fair with yourself that, hey, I have the intention of becoming better. And I am following this path to become enlightened and to reclaim myself. Reclaim my own higher consciousness. And that's what we're doing. Okay? Maybe we forgot. Our race got a bump on the head. And we can't remember those other past lives, future lives, higher evolution, those higher concepts. It's a higher concept of unity is a higher concept. Okay? Because 11th dimension and down is polarized. Okay? 12th dimension and up is omnipolar. That's why we call it an omni-love, because it's come from the omnipolar consciousness state. It's within all of us. Down here, we're in a polarized state, and we're in a distorted planet, a distorted frequency bandwidth, and plus, it doesn't help that we have fallen angels trying to F with us. F with our beliefs, F with our energies, our consciousness. They just, that's their way. That's the chaos way. That's the vampire way. They're doing what their Templar is. Our Templar is part of the unification, not the separation. The uniting of your God-given connection to, and spirit and your identity. And those psychic powers are gifts. They're a blessing. Okay? When you go against all of that, your original natural self, when you go against the natural flow, the natural and true intention of God, you're just becoming lesser of yourself with your own free will. With your own free will, now you're separate. You're separating yourself from your connection to that awareness of God. And it didn't happen overnight. Remember, you could have lived several lifetimes following religions. Because remember, I said earlier at the beginning, that we've been here for millions of years. Okay? Not thousands. First of all, there was human seeding 1. That was 25 million years ago, you guys. That's crazy, right? Human seeding 2 started about 3 million years ago and stopped around 1 million years ago when the reptilians came and destroyed us. Seeding 1, we were destroyed by the Anunnaki. Because of the Nephilim who came on the earth. They were hybrids. Hybrid Anunnaki, hybrid Egyptian human. And they destroyed the other humans. Okay? In the Bible, you got away on an ark of Noah's Ark, and the human race lived on. That's a distortion. Okay? Remember, the Bible stories are Illuminati family stories. Abraham, Illuminati. Solomon, Illuminati. You would say the fallen angelics. Patriarchies. God is a boy, women are lower, all that distortion. Those are anti-God, anti-Christos. And so we were given those teachings all the way back millions of years ago. Why do you think it got destroyed by these fallen angels? Our human experiment of DNA hybridization was destroyed. Our societies were destroyed. Our people, the planet was destroyed because when this happens, it ends in cataclysm. That's what the fallen angels want. Hello? They did it in seeding 1. They did it in seeding 2. They want cataclysm. They want pole shift. They want you wiped out. They want you disempowered. They want to be dominating you and controlling you. And that's what they did in seeding 1. We got wiped out. Seeding 2, we got wiped out. Right now, this started 800,000 years ago. Seeding 1 did. 3. That's what we're in. We're in human seeding 3. It was around 800,000 years ago it started. Here we are in 2023, or 2024. This is ancient. They effed with our religions a long, long, long time ago. They effed with our spiritual beliefs, our ideas. They attack the star seeds. They distort the star seeds. In human seeding 3, that, the other 2 got wiped out. In this one, they took over our priestcraft, our holy grail lines. They're not schmucks. Okay? They came in and went into it. We had something in Atlantis called the Templar Solar Initiates. They got inside. It didn't happen overnight, but they eventually took it over. And now they switched all the teachings to a patriarchy, a male god who dominates and controls your life. Okay? Vampire. And so that happened a long time ago. Not just in the Council of Nicaea, which is talked about in Voyagers, man. Ashiana has lectures on the Council of Nicaea. It didn't just happen in the Council of Nicaea. That was just another, was that hammer, a big hammer coming down. That was just another hammer. Because in the forbidden history, because you're not allowed to know your true history, not when there's Anunnaki and reptilians running our history, you don't get to know the true history. The real history is forbidden. And you guys, you don't have to base this on what someone's saying, like Ashana or the teachings. Some of you are remembering. You're activating, we're in 3D, but you're activating 4D and 5D and 6D. You are remembering. When you gain DNA, consciousness, you remember. When you fall in consciousness, you're forgetting. Maybe there is forbidden history, but you're remembering it. And not to mention, why wouldn't guardian angelic nations offer it to you, not dogma, offer to you this true heritage? They don't want you to know about the fallen angels. They don't want you to about themselves. They don't want you. They work in shadow. The Illuminati are part of that. They work in shadow. They work behind the scenes. They do their black magic behind the scenes. They operate not out. Well, part of the stuff is out in the open, but it's not. It's a secret. They work in denial. They work in corruption. They're criminals. They're dictators. They're kings. They're queens. They're emperors. They're fallen angels, which are extraterrestrial, multidimensional extraterrestrials who are serving antichristos. There's legions of them. Legions of beings in the universes in the phantom universes who are going around conquering, murdering, sacrificing, genocide, destroying planets. They literally, like in the movie Star Wars, the Doomstar destroys an entire planet. They have technologies to destroy entire planets. They have done that. And when there's a guardian race on the planet that they want to take over, like this one, then they go in and do all this stuff to the Earth's grids. They try to create pole shifts. They use all of these clever ideas and techniques, and that's exactly what's happening on planet Earth now. So this is the innerchristos teachings that you can search and start with Voyagers 1 and Voyagers 2 books. It talks about Lemuria, man. It talks about Atlantis. It talks about all the changes that were done by the guardian races and the fallen angelic races. All the things that were done in our forbidden history. Check it out, you guys. It activates you. When you learn about your true self, Lightworker, Empath, it empowers you. It awakens you. Now you have the ability, when you develop yourself and heal yourself, you'll have the ability to ascend. Spiritual ascension is our true end goal. You're not learning all this stuff and training yourself and developing yourself for what? The end goal is transmigration, transfiguration, transformation. You want to change from this level to another level. And when you go through the process of death, when you die, or if you're evac'd by a UFO, a guardian UFO, because some are arranged for that, you will go into another body, you will go into another level of the planet, another timeline. There is no progression to the future. There's a leap into the future. A leap into a new body. It's, remember what I said at the beginning. The fallen angels, they try to impersonate God, impersonate love and light. That's why there's a false love and light. That's why there's a false gods. There's a whole bunch of them. Whole bunch of false gods, including the most popular ones: Yahweh, Jehovah, Brahma, Allah. These are patriarchal gods. They're boy gods. Oh, why isn't there female represented there? Okay, so we indigo call bullshit. Okay, we know that is not truth. We know that is what we're talking about as the false light, the false God, the false Christos. And each and every one of you have to find that within yourself. Each and every one of you have to transmute. That means cleanse, purify. Let me put more incense. Within yourself. It's called shadow work. It's called ego work. Because what is ego? It's not just being egotistical. That's part of it, but it's when you are taking the 3D consciousness and following that. You're being limited and directed by your 3D consciousness when there's more than the ego. Not just a self-centered three-dimensional level of understanding. What is the New Age channeling movement? And it is a channeling movement. You're getting all your knowledge from a channeled source. What does the New Age channeling movement say? Destroy your ego. Destroy your mental body. It's the third chakra. It's the third aura out of 12 aura in the human genome. The complete human DNA template. And they're telling you to destroy your mental body. Get rid of it. You don't need it. First of all, that's impossible. You can't take a chakra and delete it. Throw it away. It's part of your spiritual anatomy, homie. That's just one of those many false light. False love and light. Part of your awakening is understanding that there is false light. Pretending, that means they're pretending to be light. So awaken to those distortions. There's a bunch of red flags in religion, you guys. You just have to perceive it. Have discernment. Maybe check out what we're saying, you know. Let me show you this on the diagram. Real quick. Xenia, thank you, Holy One. I don't know what country that's from, but thank you so much for supporting Christos Avatar. And you guys, I can't do this without you. You help me survive, and you help the information develop and grow. And I'm able to have a community now. We have a community of like-mindeds. Thank you so much, Blessed One. And all the there was a few of you who became members tonight. I finally found this new tab. Shades of Light. Welcome, Holy One. Thank you for becoming an angel member. Zevi W. Thank you for becoming a new angel member, Holy One. Much respect to your spiritual journey. And you guys became a member. You have access to the old diagram from 2022. You want to download that. It also means you can join our Discord chat server where a lot of us here are chatting every day. It's an active group, so you have access to that, you guys, when you become a member. So as low as $5, you can join this family and get benefited by everyone talking about and sharing links and asking questions, getting answers. It's definitely worth a cup of coffee for your entire month. Much respect. So there's a diagram. I want to open up my Photoshop real quick and share this with you that talks about these principles of love and light, right? The true love and light and the false love and light. Because there is, and you guys technically, realistically understand that most of love and light is false love and light. And once again, it's not as if they're aware of that. Remember, this has happened for millions of years. They did that in Atlantis in this seeding, human seeding 3, 50,000 years ago. They changed our religions. That's where it started. That's where the patriarchy started. That's where the Luciferian covenant started to develop. That's when it was developed. And they started taking over our Templar, and now you got false Templar. Like the Knights Templar is not Christic. It's chaotic. It's the false side, the anti-Christic side. There's true Templar guardians. Hello, Holy Ones, teaching you, reminding you, bringing the codes of Christ consciousness and unity consciousness. I just want to open this diagram and share it with you. It helps to understand some things in a visual manner. Because there's a dichotomy happening on planet Earth. Wait. Let me open these. There's a few diagrams I want to share with you. So let me pull that up. Hopefully it works. I'm not trying to show my whole screen, but I guess that'll work. Actually, I can resize it. That's not what I wanted. I don't know why. Anyways, who cares if you can see that? Yeah, I can't figure out. Normally, I know how to do this, but it's not working. But anyways, as long as you can see this thing, let me bring it in closer. This is what I was explaining as the false love and light and the false patriarchy creeds that's going on in almost all religions on planet Earth are patriarchies, where they put down women and they have these anti-Christic qualities in the dogma, in their own teachings. They are coming from this point of view, which is a vampiric system. This is not where you come from. This is not the original intention of God. This is the original intention of God. Unity, your inner God, your inner Christ, law of one. Okay, these are all positive. And wait, let me make sure you guys, wait. I didn't switch it over? Oh, it's just not refreshed. I just want to make sure you can actually see this. I got to refresh my screen on the browser. It says, yeah, it looks like you can see it. Okay, so this is where the empaths and lightworkers are aligning themselves with. Even if you've never heard of the inner Christos or the law of one, you can still naturally gravitate to these qualities, right? Maybe you naturally live your life in love and joy and grace. You're not judging people. The religions are bringing you judgment. Even in the New Age channeling movement, channeled information, they are teaching you these qualities. They will give you the false brother, sister, extraterrestrial beings, the archangels teaching you these systems. And remember, I just mentioned earlier, this is one of the strongest problems is judgment. So as a light worker, as an empath, we're trying to go beyond that judgment and follow the unity consciousness, Christ consciousness. So just want to share that real quick. Let me check in on Coco Vanderbilt. When you mean Cathara summaries, I want to explain to you guys. There's this teaching in the Inner Christos Law of One teachings called the Cathara. It's part of it. There's all kinds of parts. There's something, but Cathara is a main one that starts teaching you ascension. And I don't understand your question exactly, but there is video workshops of Cathara, and there's PDF manuscripts, like documents of Cathara. So you'll have some diagrams that go with that. So you want to study the diagrams and watch, if you can find them, you want to watch the Cathara workshops. So eventually I will be teaching that stuff. It's just that I have a progression of things that I'm going to be teaching. That's one of the things I will be teaching. But you don't have to wait for me or anyone else. You could just go straight to the teaching yourself. You just got to get used to learning, knowing how to search for it. You just put Ashana's name. Ashana Dean is what the name is on those documents. So you put Ashana Dean Cathara. Cathara is spelled Kathara. And so we, like our moderators, Indigo, Starman, Little Alien, and Celine, we're sharing those links that are already out there so you can find them. Because some people have trouble trying to locate them. We're just more familiar with what keywords to use, so it really helps to join our community if you want to. But we're sharing them here live in chat. If you guys are watching this video after the live, look at the comments. You get some links about those. So some of these documents are like Voyagers 2 is like over 600 pages. There's a lot of information, a ton of information, and that is only the beginner information. Okay, now the sliders don't have as much PDFs as Cathara. It has very small summarized PDFs, but you can find the sliders workshops. There's 12 of them. We recommend at least 1 through 11. There's some issues that happened with the shield in 2012, so that's why we always say that the 12th sliders workshop is based on your own discernment. And so, but anyways, there's a backstory behind that. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of knowledge, not just that. There's all kinds of workshops, not just Cathara and sliders. There's a whole bunch of stuff that talks about Atlantis, Lemuria. There's a lot of workshops. I mean, I've even named a bunch of workshops. There's just a ton of knowledge that could take you a lifetime, literally. Ashiana has been doing it since 1998. Okay, she doesn't come out publicly anymore. She's not on social media. She doesn't believe in social media for her own reasons. I simply want to reach people who have no clue of this. And none of us would really know in the public scene if it wasn't for Carrie Cassidy. Because Carrie Cassidy is the one that interviewed Ashiana. That's what got it out. That's what got me in 2010. It came out in 2010 to the public. There was teachings way before that, and that's what people are looking for. They want to find the old teachings or what's available. And so I recommend that you guys start this journey. Start it tonight. Start it tomorrow. Whatever. Start it. Change your life. And when you learn your true identity and the forbidden history and what happened in Atlantis and Lemuria, that creates activations in you. Activations create memories. They create developments in your spiritual evolution. Okay? Because that's what this is. It's a spiritual evolution. Why we're here is spiritually evolving our DNA, which is our consciousness. And it's a reclaiming. You already have this. Remember, we talked about it earlier. It's fragmented in your junk DNA. Ascension process, a spiritual journey is, as a light worker, empath, what you're doing is building those fragments back, putting them back together. Learning these techniques and knowledge puts that back together. These teachings are activations. And guess what? When you're learning patriarchy religions, when you're learning false creeds in the New Age channeling movement, that does the opposite of building your DNA. It breaks down your DNA. Remember, maybe you don't understand it yet, but there's something called reverse particle speed. They teach you to run energies in a reverse way. They teach you things that are presented as love and light, but are not. The vampires want you in phantom. The fallen angels they hate you. They hate our human race. As a matter of fact, as an example, the Anunnaki, in the Anuhazi language, Anunnaki means avengers of Anu. That means they were created to wipe out, to murder, to take out. Lightworkers, starseeds, indigo children. They're created for that purpose. The same with the dragons, which I made a video about today, called the Dracon race. They were created by the Omicron to do their bidding. The Anu Elohim, avengers of Anu, the Anu Elohim created the Anunnaki to attack us, in the lower densities on Earth. They're in the higher densities. They're dark avatars in density 4. Same with the dragons. They're in density 4. The dark Omicrons. Okay, and they create races to do their bidding. That's how the Illuminati works. That's how the dark works. It's a hierarchy. This is why the concept of hierarchy is the dark side. If all are God, if all are equal, there is no hierarchy. There is higher evolution. That means they simply have more energy. Doesn't mean they're better in the view of God. Okay? All beings are creations of Creator. There's only one God, not a pantheon of gods. Paganism is taking you away from the universal God. And we're not talking about a monotheism either. We're talking about a universal consciousness, a united, a Christic consciousness, Christ consciousness. We're very specific. We talk about the law of one here on Christos Avatar. I have several videos about the law of one. It's not coming from there's a body of knowledge called the law of one raw material. There is a raw confederacy, but we're not talking about the distortions of the raw material. And if you guys didn't know it, well, if you read the raw material, you know it talks about them putting a Bible next to the channeler, which the guardian angelic nations do not channel, you guys. We use telepathy with our own higher family of consciousness. The raw material is not representing the true law of one. The raw material is based on channeling, and they're getting their information. Remember, the whole book is about them asking questions of this source of knowledge. They're getting their truth, they're getting their false light from a channeled source of information. We're not the law of one raw material. We're the innerchristos law of one that talks about the inner God, not putting a Bible next to you and channeling. Red flag, red flag. We're not the raw material. And this is the Emerald Order. Okay? Not some raw. There is a raw confederacy that are guardians, but remember, what does the light, what does the dark do? They impersonate the light. That's why you have false light workers. That's why you have shadow workers. You know, that's their way. Manipulation, control, distortion. Okay, so that's why it's not hard. I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy to know to figure this all out, because there's so much distortion. We're fed that information. We're fed those concepts since we're born. Our own parents probably shoved a religion down our throats, dragged us as little children, little toddlers, to church to learn the reptilian, Vatican BS. So we grow up as adults and we get out of our family's clutches. I'm not saying from my own family, my family are Christians, but I'm saying in general, a lot of us starseeds were started in religion because there is some truths in that. Remember, the false love and light use some truth. They don't have 100% bullshit, you guys. Then they couldn't fool the human spirit if they used 100% BS. They have to sprinkle some truth, some real truth in there. Why do you have these guardian angels talking about the Garden of Eden? They talk about Noah. They talk about Solomon. They talk about Abraham. Well, actually, those weren't good examples. Those are actually Illuminati family lines. The Bible stories are about their families. When you learn the innerchristos or the Emerald Order teachings, in Voyagers 2, which you already got links of from our moderators, they talk about how King Solomon was and Abraham and Noah. What is Noah? Noah is connection. They use real connections to confuse you. Noah is a connection to Atlantis. Noah, Nohasa. Nohasa is an actual one of the kingdoms in Atlantis. There's Lohas, Nohasa, and the third one I can't remember. But Abraham and there's even false Jesuses that lived in the Jesus period. There is no such thing as what is Mother Mary? She conceived Jesus without sex. Okay, I'm not here to mock anyone's beliefs, but realize that I forgot there's a word for that. Something about conception or anyways. This is the false Jesus. Okay? Who had a mother named Mary and a father named Joseph, and it's all a patriarchy, it's all a male god. Okay, so this is Jeshua 9. Okay, Jeshua 12, Christos, 12 strand. Jeshua 12 brought in a whole different message, had different family. Okay, and he came to tell us that all are children of God, children of light, Lightworkers, Empaths, and he taught this science of ascension, and he used that science, spiritual science, to conduct his own painless ascension, rapture. Okay, it's not rapture, it's ascension. So you see, you said it. There you go, immaculate conception. It wasn't immaculate conception. Okay? What does that do? Okay? The Guardians, and even in some of Ashiana's workshops, she talks about this. There is a real Garden of Eden. It's on Tara. It's on the continent in Tara. It is like a paradise. Tara is a paradise compared to Earth. Imagine the Amazon forest everywhere. Some lush, living, beautiful planet that what is a desert? It's devoid of life, right? I'm saying you get a real Garden of Eden. You get a real Adami Kudman. Adam, Eve. You get these terms used because they're trying to fool you, trick the human spirit, go along with their false love and light, go along with their false God, their false Christ, Christos. They're anti-Christos. They're against God. Remember, God is about omni-Christos love. All are part of God. Omni, not separate from God, like you learn from patriarchy religions. You're taught you're separate from God, and that there's only a chosen people. There's only believers. We transmute that. Okay? We're starseeds. The starseeds were there. The guardians were there during Joshua's period. Joshua was a guardian. Is an indigo child. A type 1 indigo child. You can simply download Voyagers 2 and read that information about Jesus. And decide for yourself. Check this information. It's not a sin against God to go check other information and see how you feel. Okay, you guys? Remember, most of us are automatically following religion because of our parents. Generally speaking, that's not always the case, but that's the majority, including myself. All the way up to being a teenager, until I was finally able to move out of the house, not being forced to go to the church. I was able to explore other spiritual knowledge. Now, I wasn't spiritual for a long time until I was in my 30s and 40s. I just went and lived a whole 3D life for most of my adult life until I found, eventually your soul naturally gravitates to the wonderment of what's out there. What is God? What is reality? As a starseed, that's inside you, homie. It can't be denied. Or maybe you'll just ignore it. Maybe you are in denial. But your DNA is going to keep giving you, it's part of this. Remember, you know what DNA is? It's recorded history from your other lifetimes. Your other lifetimes are your memories, are your identities of your soul matrix, and your oversoul matrix, and your avatar matrix. That is your God-given history and identity. And so maybe you're walking against an anti-Christic path, but your own soul embodied inside the flesh of the 3D is like motivating you naturally, organically. You're gonna have thoughts of something's out there. There is life in civilizations in other worlds. Some part of you believes that. Why do you think starseeds are into science fiction? Why are we into, like Star Wars and Star Trek? And I'm not saying only starseeds do. I'm saying, well, think about this. All the human race are ETs. We're not from planet Earth. We come from other world. Okay? Our human race, if you think about this, has a name. Just like there's Palladians, they have a name for their race. Palladian. There's the Syrian race. Well, humans have a name too. It's not human. It's called the Terahertz. So that right there shows you we're not from Earth. We're not Earthlings. We're Terahertz from Tara. The human race are called Terahertz. And up there, because right down here, we're only in dimensions, in the carbon matter universe, we're only in dimensions 1, 2, and 3. In our true home world, Lucille, that's a quote from Dune. Where's your home world, Lucille? Our true home world, Vato Locos, is in dimensions 4, 5, and 6. That's why people call that 5D. 4, 5, and 6 dimension. 5D is 5D. D stands for dimension. The 5th dimension. That's our true home world. We're Tarans. And remember, from the New Age channeling information, You're saying they're talking about Gaia. They're not even talking about Tara. Forbidden history. You're not allowed to know your true identity from the fallen angelics ruling your planet. They're in your politics ruling your planet. They're in your governments. They're in the secret societies. They're ruling you. They're feeding you exactly what they want you to follow and believe. They're disempowering you. And they, remember, keep it in the back of your mind, they conquered us in human seeding 1. They conquered us in human seeding 2. It doesn't look very good in human seeding 3. And as a caveat, they also took over parallel universe. Parallel, I don't mean to say universe, I mean Earth. They took over our parallel Earth, and they're more evolved than us. Parallel Earth is twice the particle speed of Earth, man, which is the same as Tara. Tara is twice the particle speed of Earth, and parallel Earth is the same frequency bandwidth as Tara. But we fell over there. And remember, they took out our Templar Holy Grail line in Atlantis. The Earth is being ruled by fallen angels, you guys. And so part of your spiritual awakening as a Lightworker empath, you're awakening to the idea that, okay, we're trying to awaken and go through spiritual ascension, but there's a spiritual war. And that starts going into the hybrid humans on planet Earth. There's a population of Anunnaki alien human hybrids. Some of you are these hybrid Anunnaki. There's a population of reptilian human alien hybrids. Okay? Their soul matrix is coming into the body of a hybrid on Earth. It's not human. It's part human biologically, but the soul matrix is a fallen angel. And I already, I uploaded this video a few hours ago before I took my nap. And there was already people making comments like, 111. I saw it too. There's 111 of you online. Welcome, holy ones. I just want to make a comment. I haven't gotten a chance to answer everyone yet, but there's people saying, oh, not all reptilians are bad. You guys, we never said they were. Remember, there's the blue flame, the gold flame, and the violet flame. The blue flame is called Elohai. The gold flame, what all the reptilians are coming out of, is called the Seraphi. There is Seraphi reptilians. We're not talking about the Seraphi guardians. We're talking about the fallen angelic ones, called the Seraphim. The fallen angelic Seraphim reptilians are dark. There are dark reptilians. There are dark Anunnaki. Once again, we're not saying all Anunnaki and all reptilians are dark. We're talking about the ones who are. The ones who are using anti-Christic techniques against our planet and against our human race throughout the forbidden history of our planet. Yes, there are good reptilians. We're not talking about those ones. I'm making a video about the ones attacking us. And they're called Dracon. Where do you think you get the word dragon from? Dragon, Dracon. Where do you think you get the word draconian from? Draconian, Dracon. Okay, maybe you are a Seraphim guardian. 99. I love that number. 99. 99 people online. 1111 99. No, 111 99. 33 earlier. Some of the Seraphim guardians incarnating, like maybe you resonate with reptilians or dragons. If you resonate with the law of one in unity, you're straight up a light worker, not a false light worker. Okay, and you resonate with being a reptilian, then you are coming from the Seraphi guardians, Vato. But the Dracon race is a fallen angelic race created by another fallen angelic race called the Omicron I'm going to make a video next about the Omicron. The Omicron dragon moths created the Dracon. The Omicron dragon moths are part reptilian, but they're also part insectoid. And they created a dragon race, a dragon reptilian race, what are known as the Alpha Draconians. The Draconians from, the Guardians call it Orion. They're coming out of Orion, but there's also obviously ones coming from Alpha Draconis star system. So, and there's, you guys, this reptilian shit is all up in our face. Reptilian, snake, whatever, reptile stuff is all in our religions. There's symbols of in Dungeons and Dragons. There's movies like about dragons, Game of Thrones. We love those movies and stuff. What I'm saying is, it's in our culture. It's embedded in us. The reptilian force is alive within us. In our cultures, in our beliefs, in our sacred beliefs. You will learn from Voyagers 2 that they're coming. They're the ones who are in the Vatican. You don't have to believe anything I'm saying. You don't have to believe in the guardian angelics. Maybe you just resonate with channeling information from the New Age. Maybe you just resonate with religion, patriarchy. That's your God sovereign free will. You have free will just like everyone else. And you used your free will, and apparently that is your frequency vibration. You're resonating with fear and guilt and shame. That feels comfortable to you. It feels right. Oh, you're teaching some unity consciousness and Christ consciousness? You're a liar. and people will say that. They don't resonate. You lightworkers in the house, what's up, homies? You resonate with the law of one. Not the raw material law of one, the inner Christ, the inner God law of one. And just like the Bible has mixed truths in it, well, so does that raw material have mixed truths in it. And so does Zachariah Ascension. He's going to mix some truths in there. Excuse me. Because a lot of people are following, a lot of people don't even know who Zachariah Ascension is unless you've been following this stuff for at least 10 years. You know, because that 2010 is when I awakened, but before that, I was reading all of his books. As a starseed, I saw some truth in there, and I started studying it. I didn't know better. That's how it works, you guys. That's how the fallen angels get you. They sprinkle truth, and you, as a true guardian, connect to that sprinkle of truth. And so, you go along with the rest of the teachings then. Thank you for being here, Holy Ones. And by the way, I stopped smoking for now again. So you guys can get lit anytime you want. I'm just going through a health kick right now of fasting and stopping everything, putting anything in my body for a few days, and then going hardcore alkaline, trying to break my habits of sometimes I'll eat junk food. You know, I've been changing my diet with salads recently, adding salads, which I didn't do before. It was hard. It's been hard getting into salads, and I have no problem with my chili. There's a lot of veggies in there. It's an alkaline electric chili, not a regular chili. Okay, it's called alkaline electric chili that has only vegetables, and it has tomatoes, bell peppers in the original recipe, and onions. But I started adding more veggies. I added carrots. I added cucumbers. I added some potato. That's not part. I don't think potatoes are part of the alkaline diet, but don't quote me on that. But I know that I want to substitute celery. I want to put celery in there. And you guys, as a light worker, as an empath, you're trying to find what serves you best. Okay? And an alkaline diet serves your energies. You stop eating meat, which is we call very acidic, and that's what the alkaline diet teaches you. You learn. It will blow your mind what you've been eating for most of your life. That meat does not serve your energies. Vegetables are alive too. Realize those are being offered by the earth as food. Trees are growing fruits. The earth is growing vegetables. I mean, just think about that as a concept, a relationship, an energetic relationship. Animals are not an energetic relationship. You're not meant to be taking in another animal's blood, DNA. I'm not trying to judge your diet, you guys. What I'm saying is, what serves you as a light worker, empath? What serves you better? A vegetable-rich diet? And remember, even some fruits are acidic. You would say out of the spectrum of food, fruits are down here in the middle somewhere. They're naturally sweet. Sugar, hello? You want to go towards the veggies. I'm not going to go on a tangent. I'm just saying, alkaline diet, you're going to find that it's mostly about vegetables. And not doing dairy, not doing animal meat, but getting them, that serves you the best. What serves your spiritual life the best and your actual literal energy in your body, is vegetables and an alkaline diet. And it's coming from Dr. Sebi, by the way, who was attacked, and a lot of people believe he was murdered, bringing you the alkaline diet. If you didn't know that, it's coming from someone called Dr. Sebi, Sebi, and he was murdered for it. Because he was teaching people to heal themselves, not relying on, like I even mentioned in this video today about the dragons, the medical mafia industry. It's being it's being controlled. Is there some blessed people? Is there some blessed doctors? Of course. But realize they're learning technology that doesn't heal you. Okay? They're teaching people to always seek doctors and professionals and experts when we should be healing ourselves, homies. If you get in a car accident and you break your bones or legs or whatever, you need to see a surgeon. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when it comes to our health, what we put in our body, how we maintain our body needs to be done from us. We need to become our own experts in food, our own experts in like physical practices like yoga or qigong, tai chi. There is even some distortions in Reiki. I'd be careful. In Kathara, if you're watching the video, Ashana will teach you what the Reiki people are doing. And they're not, that's negative. Did you know that there's a positive charge on one side and a negative charge on the other side? And if you're not overlapping, with your palms, and in the right way, you're doing yourself damage, not helping someone. Or you're, if anything, you're limiting your true capacity. You have a greater capacity when you learn how to run your energies through your body in the right way. This is coming from higher evolved races, these techniques, and this is using the Templar, okay? The science of the Templar. The science of, and in the Templar you learn light, color wavelengths, and you're going to learn sound and how to use symbol codes. And one of the important symbol codes in the Guardian teachings is the 6-pointed star. 6-pointed star, not a 5-pointed star, Baphomet, not a 8-pointed star, black magic, a 6-pointed star. And what is the number 5 and what is the number 8? It's not a 3, 6, 9. When it comes to that, you guys, you click with that in your brain. It's about trinities. The base 12 is the divine. Base 10 or base anything else is not. If it's not 3, 6, 9, what is it? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, get it? 27. You want to throw some other numbers. You want to have an 8-pointed star. You want to have a 5-pointed star. You want to have an inverted star. What are you practicing? What is your Merkaba? Which is a star, right? This is the natural sacred geometry of the star tetrahedron. Okay, this is your actual Merkaba going around your body in different directions and speeds, which you learn through these teachings. The correct way, not the reverse way. It's a science, a spiritual science. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. It's been positive vibes. And you don't, naturally. I know sometimes if I smoke, the energy becomes kind of like too overwhelming for people. And so I listen to your comments, and so I'll be more mindful of that. And thank you for those who have patience with me. Like Starman, he's been with me for a year and longer, and I met him in person. And some of you have had patience with me. At the beginning, there's people who just left, and that's okay. If they didn't resonate with my presentation, if you guys don't like how I present this information, you're welcome to move on. Okay? It's not about my lifestyle. It's not about my hair. It's not about my tie-dye shirts or weird shirts. Okay? It's about the information being presented. We stop judging people on superficial things like that. In the innerchristos, in the law of one, in unity, you stop. That's not important for you. You don't judge people. You stop judging people. Maybe you'll accept me, my appearance, or not. So, much love and grace, holy ones. I love you too, Azin. What's up, homie? I appreciate you too, Mir. You have Mir Ocean. Mir Oceanu. Mir Oceamu. It's a very unique name, very beautiful. Thank you, Holy One. Danielle. Thank you for your positive comments. We're all dropping gems and light codes, you said, Celine? We drop codes, Vatos. And actually, you'll hear Ashana talk about that. When she gets into like the ascension codes, she starts talking stuff about like fire letters and more advanced stuff, right? In the Templar, you learn advanced technologies, even the words themselves are Anuhazi, and some of them are hard to pronounce. Anuhazi is the Lyran cat people language. They were the first ones that was their spoken language. It was the first language, Anuhazi language, and so the Guardians are using this universal language. Kind of like on planet Earth, we have a universal language called Latin, and which a lot of languages are based from. But you guys, sound is very important. And if they distort our religions and our spiritual beliefs and our memories, our traditions, they're going to distort languages. They know these sciences. And so they use these sciences to distort even things like the sound of words or the words themselves or the spelling of words. It's a science. So, a dark science. Death Star Merkaba science. Machiwa. Good night, Sarah. Thank you for being here, Holy One. Much love. And I know you're a regular, and we'll see you again on the flip-flop, right? Oh my gosh, that's such a beautiful name. Amaterasu. Amaterasu. Goka. Mikaya. Doesn't look like you're happy, though, but thank you for being here. Fire codes, you said it, Celine. Life-changing. You said it, Indigo. I love seeing you guys talk the Guardian speak. Ka, ra, ya, sa, ta, la. And that's when she starts talking about actual sound coming from we have these sound fields. We have light fields in our hologram. The hologram is based off of light. And the light is in the undistorted density 5 antimatter. It's non-polarized. And the light is part of the physics of our 15-dimensional time matrix. But outside the light is sound, part of creator that is not distorted, that is not in manifestation, not in body form. That's why it's ridiculous to call God a boy or a girl, because God is beyond gender, God is beyond body, and what are you really calling Father God? So beyond is the sound fields and the specific columnar waves. There's a level called triadic, and there's a polaric and a ecadic. Remember, this is spiritual science, and it's broken down in Kathara and the more advanced workshops. So I think a lot of people appreciate that, and for some people, we don't like math, we don't like science or physics. I have a curiosity of both. I appreciate both, but I think when somebody sees that big, beautiful time matrix map, like I'll show it real quick, you click to it. Maybe you don't click to chakras and huva bodies, but you'll see something like talking about dimensions, and it'll, let me bring that up. It clicks with you. It makes a connection for you. But some people don't like to learn all that stuff, right? Let me find this diagram. Machiwa, masutas. Yeah, we'll be going for about 10 more minutes, you guys. So thank you for joining this live. I just want to show this diagram real quick. Makaya, masutas. That's my light language coming from my soul over soul avatar level. And it has some meaning. Oh, wait, that's the old diagram. It's in my other folder. Sorry, guys. 1 second, a few seconds. It's worth it. All right. And this is a link in my, if you guys want this diagram, it's a digital download. It's offered in a link below. If you're not an avatar level, you can purchase it separately. But anyways, I'm just trying to show this diagram to help understand a few concepts of what I mentioned just now. The triadic, polaric, and ecadic level, which is the sound fields. And notice there's inside the hologram, everything inside these fields, the cosmos, there's the light fields. But the sound fields are higher evolved, in the higher evolution. So let me close the window. One mind, the one spirit, the one self, the one heart, the one God. See, this is what Lightworkers get. We get this. Those following those anti-Christic concepts, remember these concepts, the false creeds, the false gods, the false Christ, is coming from the phantom black hole system. Your information is coming from these beings, these fallen angelic gods. They're teaching you this information of fear, guilt, shame, judgment, all this. This is their creeds, the false creeds. These are the true creeds of Christ, God, the original intention of God. This is the original God, Spirit, one Spirit. You resonate with it or not? You find this within yourself or not? And your spirit, your soul, your oversoul, your avatar, your ascended master. You are Rishi, ascended master. You are, as a light worker, this is what you're trying to reclaim. Remember, all humans have 12-strand potential, which is the Christed omni-love potential. It's within all humans' DNA. It's just that it's down here on Earth. See, strands. Let me hold my keyboard. It's easier. Sorry. What? My keyboard's not working. That happens sometimes. I'm having some issue with my keyboard disconnecting. We're down here on Earth, and most humans have 3 strands of DNA. In a spiritual journey, oh, it's working. In a spiritual journey, you're trying to reclaim what's in your junk DNA. Strands 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All humans have 9 strands in their junk DNA. You have your angelic self, your archangelic self, your avatar self, your perfect self, your divine blueprint self, inside your junk DNA. As humans on Earth, we're trying to reclaim the rest of these 9 strands. Notice they're all chakras that all humans have. And notice also in the New Age channeling movement, they're only teaching you 7 chakras. They're only teaching you 7 when you have more, a lot more. So this is part of your journey. This is part of your awakening. Thank you for joining us tonight, you guys. You're awesome. You're ready for transformation. So, and I appreciate all of you guys who've become members. And if any of this information has helped you in any way, please consider supporting Christos Avatar. You can leave a donation here in chat. It's called a super chat. There's a little $sign below. You can find the $sign and make a donation. There's also a link below to a donation on PayPal, which helps me better because I receive it immediately. On YouTube, it takes a whole month. But anyways, I'm just grateful for all of you supporting this work. You could also support this work by visiting my Etsy shop, where I sell my artwork and I sell some crystals there. And you can also do it by becoming a member, which also is a two-way thing. We help each other that way because you're part of the community. And you can ask questions there. I pop in there too. You can also send me messages, direct message either on Facebook or Instagram or Facebook. And I love you guys. And I miss you. And I was taking a nap because I didn't go to sleep last night, but I made this show because it's my commitment to you. I'm here every Tuesday and Saturday around 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And you guys are part of this. The community is the group of indigos coming in, the group of starseeds. You are the starseeds. This is your information. You have a whole history of aligning yourself with the unity consciousness, Christ consciousness. It's part of all humans' potential. And we came down here, we reincarnated into the fetal integration process, the soul integration process, to be amongst the humans. And we're the positive hybrids. There's negative hybrids. And their fallen angelics are incarnating into those hybrids. We're the positive guardians incarnating into the positive starseed hybrids, bringing you this information. This is our agenda. This is our teachings versus the anti-Christos teachings. So, much respect to your guys' transformation. It's not easy. It's not always comfortable either, right? Machiwa! Holy ones! Yeah, baby. Yeah. You rock too, Cindy. Thank you for your feedback. Sam, another member. Thank you. Flamin' Jules. Cool names, you guys. I mean, you guys know I legally changed my name to Anuhazi. And so we all think of these creative names that we resonate with the energy. And remember, all this nonsense, all this fallen angelic bullshit, birth certificates, social security cards, all this identities, they're trying to put you in these identities of control. You can change your name, Vatos. You can even legally, not just social media. You can legally change your name. I legally changed my name to Anuhazi because it represents my heritage and whatever. You guys, my middle name is Christos now. Christos Anuhazi Aquion. And so I love to see your guys' creative names. That's right. Illegally. Thank you, sister. I appreciate it, Celine. Thank you, guys. I love you. I'll see you on the next live on Saturday. Please check out tonight's video. I made a video called the Dracon. Please leave your comments because, of course, we're going to get some trolls in there. And that's okay. We expect it. We just transmute. We use Christ consciousness. And why did it go back to that? Oh, that's my live is. Yeah, so blessings to you guys, and I hope you have sweet dreams. I hope you have lucid dreams tonight. Love yourself, love others, treat others with innerchristos love, baby. What's up? Treat yourself with innerchristos love. The teachings are here. Start studying them, you guys. Don't wait for me to make videos about them. Start teaching, start learning them yourselves. Start reading, start training, practicing. Peace, namaste, namaste, grace, blessings, joy, Guardian Alliance, Guardian Angelic Nations, Emerald Order, Emerald Covenant. What's up? Christos for life, patos. Namaste.